Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys have been regular subscribers and followers, you guys know that this channel is sponsored by TJ21.com. They're the ones who actually purchased and funded my bike for this channel. The bike I have is the 2019 Santa Cruz 5010. It is the base model, which is the D version. It's actually the D Plus version. I've actually been loving it. It's a huge step up from what I was riding before. And again, huge thank you to the sponsors. If you guys haven't checked out their website or even know what they are, they're a media marketing company. They do both for business professionals and also consumers, video production, marketing, anything you guys can think of that would be needed for your business or just, like I said, personal use. Check them out, TJ21.com. Anyways, the bike I've been using, it comes with 130 mil travel front and 130 mil travel in the back. The front fork is actually the ROCKSHOX Recon RL, 130 mil travel, and in this video kind of describing how I extended my travel from 130 to 150. I used the same fork, and I had some video. I actually went to the REI shop here in Chattanooga. They helped me out, but unfortunately I was not able to get the video of the actual work or labor done. So you're going to have to work with me a little bit. I'm actually going to describe the steps to it because it is actually a fairly simple process. If you've done any type of bike mechanics before, you should be able to kind of follow these steps. So the process, how this started. I was looking for a longer travel fork, and some guys that I've been communicating with online, they actually mentioned that some forks are actually compatible to just extend the travel or shorten the travel. So you can actually do that within the fork you might have potentially. And so there's actually different ROCKSHOX model forks that you can actually do this with. I actually had some communication with the guys at worldwidecycler.com, and they actually connected me to SRAM, who's the owner of ROCKSHOX. I guess they're partnered together. They bought them out some time ago. So finally got the service manual and the updated one, and actually it was very descriptive, so I was actually super excited about this. So there's actually a chart, should be pictured here now as well. There's a lot of different forks. There's like the Judy Silver, there's like the 30 Silver, the Recon RL, so there's a lot of different air spring forks. So my fork is the Recon RL 130 mil travel for the 27.5, not the boost. However, so it all kind of varies. There's a lot of different combinations you can work with. And so my Recon RL 130 mil travel has a 20 millimeter spacer on the air shaft, on the air inside the air chamber on the air shaft, which actually limits my travel. So my fork is actually maxes out at 150. And so all we had to do was disassemble the fork, and I say that's all I had to do. But it was actually some guys at REI, and so I'm going to show these charts, and I'm actually going to leave a link to this actual PDF so you can access this in the description as well. I'll probably tag it in the comments so it's easier for you guys to find. So with this, once you disassemble the fork, my goal was to go 150 mil travel, get the extended travel, because I've been running a little bit higher PSI just because my fork is just I don't like how it's not very progressive with the suspension as I compress, but I wanted to add some tokens to the fork. Turns out the Recon RL does not support the air tokens. Some people told me that I could switch out the cap that it screws onto, but what prevents me from using the tokens is actually inside the fork is a separate metal chamber that prevents me from actually using the tokens. So the fork is actually not compatible with tokens at all. Either way, so in these pictures and in the service manual, it's very descriptive on how to disassemble the fork for all the versions, not just the Recon, but also how to reassemble. So you need to make sure you have your suspension oil, you got lots of grease, lube, and while you're in there, you might as well replace your O-rings and seals around everything as well. So if you've got the tools, you've got the supplies, and honestly, I was feeling pretty comfortable to do it myself. I just didn't have any of these supplies to do that, and so I didn't want to go through the process of ordering or buying all of this, and when I could just work with REI. They've done a lot of work for me in the past, and they're super good guys over there, and quick turnaround, so I'm happy with that. If you're a member there, you get 10% off their services. So once you're in there, you can actually, once you remove that spacer, that's really all you're doing. So once you pull out the air shaft assembly, you're just sliding off that spacer and putting it back in, cleaning everything, and it's back to go. And now my Recon RL fork is now 150 mil travel. We just successfully extended the travel on my fork. So it's actually easier than you might think, and actually pretty cool. So me actually increasing the travel on my fork, there's some calculations you can do. There's actually calculators online where you can actually see how it affects your geometry of your bike. And so this is actually effectively decreasing my head angle by about 1 to 1.25 degree, making it more slack. So I'm just right at 65 degrees as my head angle for now my 50-10. So I'm actually going to be taking the bike out to Bailey's later this year. Bailey's Mountain Bike Park in North Carolina. So really excited to check that out because I was going to do it with my 50-10 still. I was going to have 130 front and back travel, so now I've got 150. Pretty excited just to take it out there and push the bike to its limits, push myself to its limits because I've never ridden a bike park, so pretty excited about that. I know this isn't a super descriptive video because I don't actually have hands-on, hey, this is what I did, but I hope that the description in these videos and the resource is very helpful to you because this is what was hard for me with my specific fork. I couldn't find any resources at all. So the guys at World Ride Cyclery helped me find this document because I had some feedback from other people where all I had to do was switch out the air shaft assembly. There's the Dubon Air, I think is how you pronounce it. So there's different types of air shafts I can put on the ROCKSHOX, but that's only good for like the Lyric and the Pike. It's not good for the Recon. And so that's where I'm hoping that this video is helpful for you guys. And if you do have questions, do reach out to me in the comments. I may have missed something here, and if not, I can at least direct you to someone who might be able to help you at least. That resource that I'm going to link as well that I've already mentioned will have a lot of answers for you. It works for both. It's got resources for coil spring, air spring. Now you can only really extend the travel on the air spring the way I described it, but I hope this is helpful for you. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.